Alright, 4.2b, we're doing maximum and minimum applications. All of these will be worked the same way. You're going to need two equations, and then you will solve for one variable, plug it in, and then you'll be solving a quadratic equation overall. So this one says among all pairs of numbers whose sum is 231. Okay, so pairs, we're dealing with two numbers, so I'm going to say x plus y equals 231. So I have a pair of numbers that add to be 231, and it could be any numbers. We want to find the ones whose product is maximum. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply these two together. Okay, so I have x times y, and I want that to be the max. Okay, so the way that we need to do this, we're going to solve this first equation for x or y. I'm just going to solve for x. So I'm going to take this, subtract y from both sides. So basically it's going to come over here and be negative. So let me just actually do the work. X plus y equals 231. We're going to subtract y from both sides. And then this gives us x, that cancels, equals negative y plus 231. Okay, so this equation and this are the same. I have now solved for x. I'm going to take this and plug it in right here and solve that new equation. So instead of x, I'm going to have negative y plus 231 times y. So this is my x times y is now this expression. We're going to distribute. So this will give us, I'm running out of room already. This will give us negative y squared plus 231y. Okay, this is a quadratic equation. It is negative, meaning this guy is going to be opening and going down, so you're going to have a maximum. The way we solve this is we set it equal to 0, and we're going to find this maximum. So the way we find that is using this quadratic formula. Remember, finding the x value of the minimum, or since it's y, it doesn't matter, but this is equal to negative b over 2a. And so this is coming from the quadratic equation. If you have a ax squared plus bx plus c. So this equation right here, I don't know why I got equal b here, equals 0. This equation right here is squared, so the y squared is the same as my x squared. The number out front for a is going to be negative 1. The b value in front of the variable with no exponent, or to the first power, is 231. So I'm going to be plugging those two numbers here, and that's going to give me my x coordinate of this maximum. We're going to have an x and a y value, or order pair. Okay, so b is 231, negative, because here, negative 231 divided by 2a. A is negative 1, so divided by negative 2, because 2 times negative 1. And this will give me 115.5. Okay, negative divided by negative is a positive, and you get 115.5. Okay, so this is the x coordinate. Okay, that's the first value, 115.5. I mean, or you can say it's y, because that's the one we solve for. So say this is equal to y. If we go back up and plug that y value in, because that's what we solved for right here. So we have x plus y which is 115.5 equals 231. We subtract this. We get x equals the same thing, 115.5. So your x and y, both your x and y values are 115.5. Hard to read that. Write your answers as fractions, reduce to lowest terms. Okay, so since we want it as fractions, we're going to have to leave it in this form, 231 over 2. That fraction will not reduce. Let's just verify it with the calculator. Okay, so I'm going to do 231 divided by 2. Okay, you get 115. If I do math, enter. To convert it back to a fraction, it stays as 231 over 2. So that's what it says. It would not let me do a decimal. So 231 over 2 and 231 over 2.